Hello, boys and girls.
Hello, all.
How are you all doing? I want to ask you a question.
Well, what's up?
Do you know the price of a door?
A door?
Sure.
No.
Good. I priced a door this morning. Early morning, Monday. What did I do? I was fighting somebody over the price of a door.
How much is it though?
200 and something K.
Okay, that's
I
nice.
said, do you have the one that doesn't have security?
Oh, you guys are
Because
looking
he
at
said
the
it's a security door. I said,
Okay.
what of just the normal
door?
everyday door, no security? I said, it's okay. I said, okay. What if you don't have any door from Ibadan? What is going on? What is going on? I don't like, if this is adulting, what's happening?
Price of everything is so
Please,
crazy.
I told them they should put anointing oil on it, draw a cross, nothing will happen to us.
How are you? What did you get up to this weekend?
The weekend was an eventful one. What did I get up to from, when did the weekend start? Friday. Good. Friday, okay, I went to work and then I went to dinner. We were supposed to go to dinner. But then when we got to the restaurant, it was completely empty. So we were like...
The vibe wasn't great.
There was no... Went to play. There was no vibe. Look, economy is tough. Nobody's out. Then we went to Mako and then saw everybody in the world. I went with Leila.
You know the thing with Mako is that the food isn't expensive.
No, it was so affordable.
If you can get in, it makes you feel less stupid about the amount of money you're spending.
Exactly. So it was a lovely little meal. I didn't realize they had good pasta there.
Really?
But then I discovered that and I was very happy and I've eaten it every day since. And then we got there and were dragged out to the clubhouse. So we ended up at Silk, which was a surprisingly good evening. Like, I love a night where, like, I didn't plan it. I'm not spending money. Everything is just moving swiftly on. It was a sweet one. And then I got home at, like, 5. And so here's the problem that I discovered. I don't think I can do it back-to-back anymore.
Like, club.
Maybe if I'm not in this country.
Another club.
Like the club, because I was meant to go to Element House.
Oh, right. And that was on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
But like the thought of, first of all, my day on Saturday didn't even start till like 4.
You could have still gone now.
Because,
Yes, now. Element House is like a nice
When my friend now said, oh, are we still on first? I said on Bao. Did you not see that I was out yesterday? That is it. For the 1-1-1, everybody just has to choose 1 day. I said, I just imagined it that I'll now go out again till 5 a.m. And my body was already warning me that, see, if you try this thing, it's whatever you see there. So on Saturday, I just had a relaxed daytime. And then you people came to my house, which was also lovely.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you people came to my house and that was a lovely one.
What did I do? On Friday, I had dinner with my friend Kwemi. I stole her, but she's not my friend. Well, Kwemi has written a fantastic collection of short stories. Like, it's really, really good. Called Ghost Roots. And so when I saw her last year, they were still like in edits, I think. Or they had locked the book. I don't know, but the book wasn't out yet. And we're like, oh, when next she comes to Lagos, the book will be out, so we should definitely go to dinner. So that was really nice. We went to Honor. And it was really, really nice. Now, Honor, I've never regretted a meal at Honor, ever. Like, I like the food. I know some people don't like their flavor profile, but I like the food. I've never regretted it. It's expensive. It's very expensive.
It's lovely. It's not like top choice for me.
But I really, really enjoyed it. But also, like, it was great company. So that was really nice. I mean, go have a little cake. So Ghost Roots is, I think, the kind of fiction. It's called they categorize it as speculative fiction. So it's not narrative. So it's not like real life.
Yeah.
So it's everything from sci-fi to like the supernatural and stuff like that. So she's not really sci-fi, but she writes a lot of like... Is Alte? That's it.
I'm gonna
That's the only way to explain it.
I'm gonna get into it.
It's a collection of Alte short stories, but it's really, really cool. Some of it is, but it's really nice. And she does a lot of talking about stuff without talking about it. So on the surface, it's a story about a house that acts as like an arbiter of justice, but then it's the undertone. It's like a house that punishes people when they do something wrong. But the undertone of it is like who gets to decide what is right. It's really, really, and she does that with all the stories. It's really, really cool. It's really, really nice. It's such a good book. So we did that on Friday night. Now, only for me to open my Instagram stories and see that Layla and FK had gone out. And I didn't think about it. I was like, why didn't they tell me they were going out? But it wasn't like a real, only to find out that she thought that I was having like an important date or something. I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay, were you guys, I want to just circle back. You guys were...
It's so strange.
Okay, they will listen to this. The problem is, I don't know if the episodes are coming out chronologically, but on an episode, you hear Jola saying that... Actually, you didn't say it on the episode.
I didn't.
You didn't. She said... Anyway, I overheard her in this studio say that someone asked her to go to dinner and she said she had plans. She was like, Ozzy asked her to go to dinner, but she was like, I'm already going to dinner, like with friends. But the way she said it, you know when you say, I'm going to dinner, like if me and you are going to dinner, I just say, me and Debbie are going to dinner casual. But if you ask me, should I go to dinner? And I tell you, I already have plans. It sounds like it's like a plan.
Can I ask you?
You know, let me tell you the kind of dinner it sounds like. It sounds like the kind of dinner with time, with a reservation. Do you know what I mean? Like the dinner is at 8:30. Not that like, hey, let's go for dinner. And there's no, do you know what I mean? There's no, because I just called Layla, let's go to dinner. There was no, we didn't have any reservation, we didn't have plan. But it sounded like you had like, I'm going to somewhere at 8:30.
But what is amusing to me is that you have never, ever respected
no, I've
my
never.
plan.
But I just thought in my mind, for once, let me try and be a sensible person. And do you know the funniest thing? Fine Boy Bolu was also at the dinner. I called him. How far? What are you up to? This nigga said, I'm at dinner. I said, we're going to make... Or he said, I will come. Should he not have said at that juncture?
It was so funny because...
That I'm actually at the dinner with this lady. He now didn't say so. He said, I'm at dinner with friends. So when he came, I said, what the hell can you mean that you're at dinner with? Why did you say Jola was there?
It was so funny. Anyway, so we did that. And then on Saturday, I hosted, we had a book reading in Alliance Française in their library, which I'm going to join.
The library?
Yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
You can...
Is it nice?
You can... I won't call it
Is
like
it an
nice.
actual library?
It's a library. But then it's...
Like one of those you like people sit in.
Yeah, it's 25K, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, but it has free Wi-Fi. And I think if I remember, you can also do events.
But
because I've been talking about doing in-person book club events, but I've never been able to figure out where. Because everywhere is like super expensive, too small, too big. And it's literally like the perfect size. So I think I'm going to start doing one a quarter. But I'm going to join. I think you should.
And then another thing, just on the sidebar of this thing is that, so let me tell you, we went to Miko and then we went out. Okay, but why didn't Jola call us to say what's happening? Where are you guys? See what I mean?
Well, on Saturday.
If she was not busy, on Friday night.
On Friday night.
If you were not busy.
By the time I looked at the Insta stories, I literally was in bed. Yeah, that was why. Like I literally was in bed. And it's not as if Miko is far from my house or anything.
No.
Well, I had already removed
Now,
my
the secondary
eyebrows.
part of it is that Saturday, the night they invite me for the book reading.
Fekemi, you don't read fiction.
It's not about that.
You don't read fiction.
Okay, what if I wanted to start? What if I wanted to start reading fiction at that event?
You and Layla are not big fiction fans.
Okay, what if I want to read?
Bolu reads a lot, but
I want to read Ghost Root. That's what I want to read now.
Okay. We'll get you the book.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll get you the book. But I just didn't think. And then Wale, I always feel like Wale Saturdays are like manic. John had a wedding.
Wale, maybe another person that did not come when I called them.
No, Wale.
Meanwhile, somebody that I asked to come, he didn't come. Okay, ask me why when I posted the picture, wow, you guys slime. I said, dude, I literally asked you to come. You sent me a picture of you lying down.
So yeah, that's what we did on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Grammy had another reading. I went to crash because that was her ride home. I just wanted to see if the other moderator would do better than me. But I'm not going to lie. So I just wanted to see what was happening there. And then I dragged Grammy around on everything else I was doing. I took her to Faye Kemi's house. And then we went to Fine Boy Bolu's house. And then we went to Fine Boy Bolu's house.
Oh my God, we went to Fine Boy Bolu's house.
Some of the guys decided that they would die.
They now decided that they must watch the match.
The finals.
Which match?
The Euro finals. They were like...
They kept going on and on about the match.
Okay.
Okay,
cast
now.
it. Okay,
all of you
somebody is watching.
All of you say you're in tech. Okay, put your heads together.
Let's watch this thing.
Put the match on the TV. They could not do it.
Well,
they said that the stream is lagging.
Something. Okay, we were like, okay.
And these are the CEOs of tomorrow.
Okay, they're like, oh, let's go to Avant-Garde, which is literally round the corner.
We now went there.
We get downstairs, Wale is there. He's like, I have DSTV on my phone. I was like, okay, let's watch it. Say, no, somebody else is watching. Well, just like, do you know what? So anyway, we end up going to Avant-Garde and it didn't come home. It wasn't gone anywhere.
It did not come one single.
It wasn't gone anywhere. Look, if you are...
And I told them that, you see, the thing is, if we're going to watch this match in the hopes that England will win...
I can't tell you.
I won't tell you, they've colonized too many people.
1,000,000%.
They cannot win anything.
The spirit of all the colonized will not allow...
Win.
It can never go anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
Win. Even after Lizzie passed away, I'm not sure they can win anything again. I'm not sure they can win. Charles no get luck.
He doesn't have. He said he's not good.
No. He doesn't have luck at all. So it didn't come home. England didn't win. We just went out for nothing, really.
Yeah. And then the two guys who
that dragged us out,
acting like they were going to die.
They left us.
They left us and went to Mako. I was like...
I just, so you think you're better than us?
And they waltzed back into Bolu's house like an hour and a half later with cold pasta for Fakemi.
Thank you.
To
be fair, they appeased the gods. They brought me the pasta.
But I was just like, are you guys being serious? They're like, no, that's not happening. No.
The rest of Sunday was just the usual.
But it was so much fun. All right, boys and girls, this fantastic episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by AfriChange.
AfriChange is the easiest way to send money across Africa and internationally, everywhere.
There are very low fees, no processing time, if any, very tiny. And you get loyalty points the more you use.
Yes. If you are in Nigeria, you can pay your bills in Canada. Mm-hmm. You can send money to Canada. Exactly. You can also pay your school fees in Canada directly from Nigeria in Naira. If you are in Canada, you can send money to many, many countries all over the world.
All right, guys. So get to supporting people who support us. Enjoy AfriChange and enjoy the rest of the episode.
That is africhange.com. What else can we do?
We can't do anything. We can do dilemmas. We can do a dilemma club.
Fine.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So this person is called Girl in Distress.
Okay.
And she says, hi guys, I absolutely love the podcast and you lots are amazing. My dilemma goes thus. My dad has in many ways treated my family like shit. Let me not go into details, but I can assure you it has not been easy. My entire family hates him now, and honestly, it's understandable. But I can't lie to you. Every time I feel like hating him, I just have to see him once and I feel sorry for him and kind of happy to see him. Am I weird? Also, please, how do I move forward? Because I don't want to have a relationship with him that will make everyone else uncomfortable and mad. But at the same time, I actually love my dad regardless of what he does. By the way, you don't have to tell me that this is crazy. I already know I'm a big fool.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not a good person to ask about this. I don't do well in these sort of situations. I feel like, why are you that? Well, to be fair, things with parents, especially daughter father, it's a different dynamic because there's always a sense of like longing for like love and whatever, even though this person is chronically messing up and chronically reminding you that they don't actually give a shit about you, you're not priority. There is just an innate thing where you're a child, you want your parents to love you. And so I feel like you can't override that thing, but like you have to put boundaries in place. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do think that there's a complexity with loving someone that is an integral part of your life, but has not been kind to you. But you have an attachment to them and you have like obligations and you have warm feelings because you hold on to the nice things they do once in a while, right? So there is that. I do think that there is some thought as to like, do you love your dad for, is there any specific thing? Or is it just like
because she just feels like she just feels bad.
She just feels bad. She likes the man. I think it's important for you to weigh up, to some degree, if it wasn't you making the effort, would there be a relationship with your dad?
That's a very good question.
Do you see what I mean?
I don't think the answer is yes.
If it wasn't you being like, oh, daddy, how are you? Going to look for daddy, if you're not doing things for him and if you're not of service to him, is there a real relationship there? Or is it that because you don't actually mind keeping up the relationship, it feels better or it is better for you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds very one-sided.
Yeah, I think that...
But that's, I guess she's already made that clear because he doesn't make the effort.
It's not our place. It's also not me and Fake. So you don't...
I'm not going to say cut off your dad.
Blah,
like,
blah, blah, blah.
I don't want to get into ridiculous and unrealistic things.
Yeah.
But I do think that there is a need, because you recognize that there is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is a need for some sort of like boundary, especially more so, not so much for you to not talk to him or anything, but for you to kind of protect yourself, because it doesn't sound like whatever this your feelings towards him, whatever, it doesn't sound like they're being reciprocated in any way. Like you said, he has shown you guys time and time again, he doesn't give a shit. And the truth is, the more like it's unrequited, where you just keep, trying to feel bad and, having these warm feelings towards someone that is just like whatever, you start to feel bad about yourself. And I don't really want you to get into that place.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you're going to do it, because again, that parent relationship is just a weird one. You can't really, I don't know how to explain it. You can't really, there's a level of hard guy you cannot form. But I think that even though we're hardwired to like mostly seek attention from our parents and like want them to, you kind of have to draw a line for your emotional boundaries.
Yeah. And also about just whatever you're doing with your dad is actually also very personal. It's outside of the family.
Yeah.
But if you're being close to your dad will be so offensive.
To your mom, for example.
To your mom or your siblings. Is there stuff that you are... So for instance, let me give a really good example. Every child has like different relationships. The same parents have very different relationships with children.
Each child, yeah.
Now, it would be annoying to, let's say me, if, let's say my parents were, okay, and they are, my parents were much harder on me than they were on my youngest brother. It's just normal. That's normally what happens. But it would be very upsetting for me if my brother kept on insisting that I don't understand mommy and daddy.
Yeah. Because he has a different experience
of them. Even though he also knows and could see that they were stricter with me or harder with me.
I get that completely.
So I think what's also very, very important is in terms of like, so let me give you an example. If your siblings have no interest in, calling your dad or having lunch with him, or you get a Father's Day bug and you want to do something nice and you try to rope them in and they don't want to, it is crazy for you to feel like, why won't they?
Yeah.
You have to be very clear on the fact that like this relationship you're building is not a group project. Mm-hmm. It's very, very individual. Mm-hmm. And you can't get upset or annoyed that your siblings are uninterested in that. Do you understand? You actually have to, because you are also so aware of the fact that he was not a good person to the rest of the family, you cannot seem to be like rubbing salt. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just a weird thing where...
Yeah, you can't be... I don't know how to explain it, but your relationship, I don't know, because you're aware of the dynamics of the others, I don't think you can put it in their faces in that way.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I'm more worried about your own personal mental...
Like why that is. I don't know. That's a discussion with a therapist. Up next, we have Hibiscus, who says, how do you tell a friend you don't want to... Sorry, hold on. Okay. Hibiscus says, how do you tell a friend you don't want to be friends with them anymore and you'd prefer being acquaintances, especially in a scenario where you can't use distance as a tool? I cannot think of an unhurtful or less painful way to present it, or do I just wait it out?
There is no less painful way to tell someone that you want to step back from.
That you don't want to be their friend anymore.
Yeah, there's no less painful way. There's only the truthful way. And you just have to... Waiting it out is what is going to cause problem, because you are going to think that you're waiting it out in a way that is not obvious what is happening. And the person is going to realize that you're stepping back from them anyway.
Yeah.
So there is the natural thing of, I'm just stepping back and I don't want to have a conversation, but you seem that you want to. Do you know, so many of the things that like we discuss come down to, there are hard conversations. There's no way around them. You just kind of have to have them.
Yeah. So actually...
Like, you're a big babe. You just have to open your mouth. You have to talk.
I was talking to Pemi about this in the car. About how I don't have in terms of real regrets, I don't have many. They're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but I don't have any regrets. But one is there's a relationship that I feel like towards the end I could have managed better.
Right.
Like it's something that actually bothers me when I think about it.
Is it something you're going to do something about?
Sorry?
Is it something you're planning to do something about?
No. Right. I don't have to. I think like just realizing that my attitude did change and I was just too cowardly. So let me tell you what was so foolish. You know when you think avoiding a situation, how will I explain this in a way that makes sense? I no longer want to be as close to Feyikemi. And in my mind, I'm too cowardly to have like a proper conversation about what's going on, whatever it is that's going on. And figuring out like what's a better way to move forward. But I'm talking to Fake, I'm not behaving the way I normally behave. And this person has asked, Fake has been like, Jola, is everything okay? And I'm like, no, everything is fine. And in a bid to cause like, let me find a way to naturally have things cool down, I hurt you more than is necessary. And so when we eventually have a conversation, it's fine. You're actually not even upset or anything. Like your feelings are a bit hurt, but what it is that even the ending of the friendship is just awkward.
Yeah.
And I think that cowardice under the guise of, I don't want to hurt her, it's a lie. It's you being cowardly.
It's you being,
And it's unfair because what tends to happen with normal human relationships, when somebody cares about you, the automatic assumption is never like, because they know you well enough to know that if you are going through something, this is not the way you behave. So their assumption is that they've done something wrong and you are acting weirdly and then you're lying. But they trust you enough to ignore what their senses are telling them and stuff. So I think it's really, really important to stop being afraid of being the bad person. The truth is that in this situation you are the bad person.
And the thing is, the other truth is that whatever your reasons or feelings are, they're valid for you.
For you.
That's the other truth.
Yeah.
But the truth is there is no less hurtful way to say to somebody, you're my friend, and I don't want to be that close to you anymore.
Yeah.
Hello, boys and girls.
No hello. Okay. No hello for them. Okay. This is not for
boys and girls only.
Boys and girls. I want to ask you a simple question.
Very simple.
Why are 40-something% of you that watch this thing not subscribed?
Very good.
Is it fair?
Very good.
Is it
other
good?
People's channels that you don't listen to every week, you subscribe to them.
Free
Look at what we do for you.
Do you pay? You come here, we make fools of ourselves every week.
Having a great time. Subscribe, Ellie. I don't understand it.
Why would you do that?
Is it right?
No. In case you don't know, no. It's not right. Okay? So now, you see that button. Nobody will beat you. Okay, do you know what? You can even cover.
Do it in a shy,
do it in a shy
mysterious way.
So nobody will.
Just, oh my God.
Click on the subscribe.
Oh my God.
That's all. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to be an acquaintance. This is so funny because I didn't realize that I did this thing recently. And the truth is, I didn't actually mean to. It just happened and then I left it. So you know when like, maybe you guys have regular touch points.
Yes.
So maybe, I don't know, even there's some people who, they're even specific things that like you share, let's just say on Instagram, for example. And then all those touch points, you stop doing them. And so time passes. Now, nothing has actually happened, but it just feels like something has happened because you're like, this regular, whatever it is that we used to have, we don't have anymore. And so that happened with someone and I just kind of left it. And the truth is that it's not that anything happened. It's just a general, maybe like a laziness to like make the effort. Because I now feel like, so much time has passed that if I make the effort, it feels like this grand thing. And the reality is what I'm avoiding is the conversation about, what happened now? Kiniko. And I'm just like, hey, how do I explain to you that nothing happened?
Yeah.
It's just until another mutual friend said to me, come, this person has come to me like deeply concerned about you, like worried that you're going through so much. And that is why. And that one was like, having just hung out with you, I can see that there's nothing, like, not that nothing is going on, but like...
But not this deep.
There's nothing that deep going on in the way
this person thinks. Yeah.
Which is why she's like, let me leave it alone. And she's like, I feel like you need to sort this out because she's over there just thinking, oh my God, like this is like an existential crisis because you've not said anything.
Because it just sounds.
Whereas for me, it's
awful.
just like the hump of that conversation will be had. What happened?
And
Why
you can't say that there's anything.
And
really...
I don't have any reason that can justify. So you
make it worse by elongating.
You'll be annoyed.
Yeah.
You'll be annoyed.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, okay, so you just kind of stopped making the effort in this friendship.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Like, nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but these things just have to happen. I don't know.
And if it's really doing you like that and you don't want to be this person's friend,
you have to say it.
You have to say it. I know it sounds crazy, but you actually have to say it. Because that person is trying.
I feel like a lot of people will say, there's no point having conversation, just let it go. But me, again, I was saying this the other day, there are people you owe things to. I don't know how else to put it. They were your friend. They've done something, whatever. It doesn't have to be a deep thing. Just listen, I'm stepping back. Or I don't really want to be so close. Bam, finish.
It helps them too. I know it.
And you can't control their reaction.
I want to know what people think about this.
Same.
Do you guys think...
About if you should have the conversation?
If you should have a conversation. You let's say you don't want to be friends with somebody anymore. The same way people do when they don't want to be boyfriend and girlfriend again. You don't want to be friends with somebody anymore. I feel like that's so much more well-defined. Okay, yes. But you're close to someone.
Yeah.
You no longer actually want to be their friend. Do you have a conversation? Because there's a friend
She wants to be her acquaintance.
Yes.
So she just wants to be like, I don't want to be this close to you.
Yeah.
I want to step it back.
There's a friend of mine that we became acquaintances. We never had the conversation outright, but she had tried to talk to me. No, she had tried. We'd had 2 conversations that I know contributed to that.
To being acquaintances?
Yes.
Yeah.
And every time we see each other now and we talk, it's very, very... There is literally zero animosity on either side. But we both understand why we're no longer as close anymore.
Yeah.
And it's because she was changing.
Yeah.
And I was uninterested in following her with the change. And so I think she had brought something up the first time. And I was like, oh no, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh really? And that was the mature, mind-blowing thing. Because I think when I was much younger, I assumed things like this would be a big blowout. And I said, oh, I don't have a problem. I don't really see the problem with that. And she was like, oh no, this is why I have an issue with it, and I think you should too. And I said, I actually 100% agree with you in that. Like, I see why
you would think so,
but that I don't, blah, blah, blah. She said, oh, okay. And I could see that a perception of me shifted in her mind. And then something's happened again. And then after that, it was just clear, like, our conversations were not as smooth.
Yeah.
We both also knew that trying to force this thing further would end up causing a bit more. Yeah, and so that friendship ended.
Yeah.
We are acquaintances and really good acquaintances at that. Like, but we're not confiding in each other about anything. So I want to know if people think when it comes to friendship, if you no longer want to be someone's friend.
And also if you've had that kind of conversation before where it's like, I'm not cutting you off or I just don't want to be as close. I think that I would take it. I think I would accept it if someone told me. I'd definitely be hurt. I don't think I'd take it badly.
Hopefully, because what if you're the one that still wants to be friends?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying in the situation where someone is telling me that they want to be my acquaintance and I haven't come up with that. Like, I want to be friends. I think it would hurt me a lot, but like, I grab. Maybe my character is bad. I don't know.
Up next, we have Malta Guinness for your wedding day, who says, hi, Jola and FK. Mwah, mwah. Read the lady that wrote about being left behind. For me, it's my partner. We pretty much started adulting around the same time, and everything really seems to just keep working out for her. I mean, it all just clicks. There's always good news to share. And of course, I'm genuinely excited for her because her win is our win. And I mean that. Except that when I tell you absolutely nothing is working out in my life, I mean it. I'm always sad, always moody, constantly need reassurance. And recently, when something I really wanted to click didn't work out and she said, we will figure it out, I kept thinking, who the fuck is we? I worry I will fade away in this relationship or she'll start seeing me as less. Ladies, over to you.
Is you that wants to fade away, my dear? Somebody said we will figure it out. Otuni, who is we? I feel like, again, it's the same thing that we were saying to the other one. When you are in this position where like everything is not working out for you, the thing that you have to overcome the most is your own, as in you are enemy number one of yourself in this because you literally have a partner that is saying we will figure it out, but because of the place you are in, you can't even recognize that as like a genuine thing. In your mind, it's just, okay, you're moving away. And it's tough. Like, it's tough for two of you you're supposed to be moving forward. But this is the whole essence of partnership, my dear.
I do think
the whole essence.
I do think that it's just so hard.
It's hard.
It's so tough to feel like your friend keeps winning.
Yeah.
And you're not. And more, and it would definitely be worse if it's your partner. If your partner seems to be doing really, really well and you're not, and your anxiety, almost like you're trying to figure out when, not if, but when they are going to kind of be like, is this one's head no good?
Yeah.
Or what's going on? I think.
So like you're judging yourself on their behalf.
Yes, because that's how you feel.
That's exactly how you feel.
That's how you feel. Yeah. But it's really, really hard. There's nothing we can say. It's all internal. And you can see,
because of that, you can't even accept, like, someone saying, let's see how we'll figure it out, is a person that is trying with you, but you can never receive it if you already feel useless in and of yourself. And the problem with this is that no matter how much you think that is not coming out, like, well, he's already said he's sad and moody. It's coming out.
Yes.
Like, she can see. So the thing is, anyone that knows you or loves you can already see when you're not okay. I don't know. It's tough. I can't lie. I wouldn't want to be in the position, but it doesn't sound like you have somebody that is with you because all the things were working out. Europe.
Yeah. But it's all internal. This one is all very much internal work.
Let me not lie. It's very much internal work, because it would be different if you were saying your partner is being somehow about your lack of progress. But it seems like she's genuinely down for the count. So I feel like you need to come to grips with. I think you need to come to grips with it. And I think that you need to have conversations. Like this conversation you're having with us now.
You need to talk
Why
to her.
Why don't you tell her that, see, I feel like shit, and I feel like
I'm worried about this.
Yeah, I'm worried about how you see me.
It's hard.
I'm worried about how you see me.
Do you know something I find really interesting? You know, we've spoken multiple times about recognizing like what the thing is. So it's not the vulnerability of, sometimes it's not just about saying, I feel like this. It can be really, really humbling to have to explain in detail, because it feels like saying, if it was me, because I felt like this before, it feels like saying, I am a loser. This is how I'm a loser. And I'm worried that you will see me
as a loser.
And that it's not just about, I don't like talking about my feelings. That's a very, very humbling.
It's very, very hard.
It's a very humbling and humiliating way to feel and to have to say to somebody. But it is already coming out.
And the other side of it is that there is no amount of, I don't think you're a loser, that is going to change the way I feel. Yeah. Because the truth is, unless you're a wicked person, that is what you are going to say.
Yeah.
Whether you think it or not, that's the truth. Unless you're a wicked person, you're not going to be somebody I'm with again, unless you're wicked. And I'm going to say, I feel like a loser, and you're going to tell me,
wow, yeah, it's true,
you definitely are.
You definitely are.
I know you're going to say it, and because I know you're going to say it, I can never receive it. So it's just worse, because now I've said it, you said your own, and I'm like, okay, that didn't help. So again, it's internal work, and it's not internal work that's straightforward. I just feel like it sucks. And the truth is that you have to do, these things are weird, because you have to change your mindset even regardless of whether things have started working out or not. That's the worst part. Because you can't wait for things to work out to stop feeling this kind of way about yourself.
I mean, another thing I will ask you is, if your partner was in your position, would you judge her?
Probably not. This is the crazy thing about all these things. You know how you treat other people. It never works the other way around. This thing busts my brain every time, because there are things that I would be thinking about myself that I'm like, if this was any of my friends,
I would never.
The truth is, the thoughts would not even come up that, they're a loser. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be saying to them, as in, how do you, but for me, no. Zero. Hey y'all.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
So MTN has something fantastic for you guys.
Haji.
Yes. If you're someone that loves like streaming, heavy duty.
4K.
Yeah, like you're a gamer.
HD.
You like watching all your like shows.
People that test internet speed fast.
Yes. You listen to the podcast and you don't want to be
You don't want to be seeing things circling around on your screen.
Yes.
You want everything to load up and move quickly. Then what you need is MTN's 5G router.
Yes, you can get up to 1 gigabyte per second.
That is 111.
Boom. Boom. And you can play games, you can stream, you can do whatever you want. Like. But we personally suggest that you use it to listen to the greatest podcast on the planet.
And it moves super quickly. Yeah. Once you just do it like this, bam, you're in.
Yeah. Where can they find
you can get it at any MTN store or on the website.
shop.mtn.ng.
Yes.
Happy streaming, happy listening, happy playing,
happy 5G,
happy watching, happy MTN. God bless Nigeria.
Bye.
Bye. My answer space this week is email locations.
Huh?
Yes.
Email locations?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah. I'm coming. When people say, and this is the thing, everybody that gets one on safe spaces gets it. Those who don't will DM me saying, but is this not normal? That's not the point.
It's not about it being normal.
It's not about
being
normal.
A hater.
Yes. So my issue this week is where emails are finding people. When you say, I hope this email finds you well, let me tell you something. That's not actually your business. What everybody needs to start doing is minding their business, because where this email found me is on the toilet. Is that your business? No. Where this email found me is sitting down in the car with my partner. We've just finished arguing. Now tension is awkward. So I'm looking at my phone. That's how this email found me. Am I supposed to reply and tell you that?
Or where this email found me?
Where this email found me.
There's no like smiles.
Thank you.
You send me email.
Thank you.
Do you get where this? There's so many places where this email.
Where this email found me is I did not realize when I was spending, it was actually coming out of my account. Now I've checked, and the number I'm seeing is so deeply disgusting and disheartening. I had to close it and try to remind myself about the work.
Do you know that I actually prefer that you
me.
hope the email find me well? Do you know what consistently pisses me off?
Not.
Trust you are well. Are you God?
Thank you.
Do you know what I'm going through? Do you know my life? What the hell do you mean you trust I'm well?
Thank you.
What if I'm sick?
It's just such a forward.
It's very, and that every time I see it, trust I'm well as how?
Just a
you don't know
forward.
Me. You don't know what I'm going through.
It's such an abebelube thing to see.
It's crazy.
It's such a forward way to behave.
And here's the thing. I don't even hope this email finds you well.
And that's
what's crazy. I actually don't. I hope it finds you in a position where you should answer.
I got an email where the person signed out Cheerio. 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 A grown man said Cheerio. I imagine him waggling his stubby finger, say Cheerio. Do you know, honestly, our email etiquette leaves a lot to be desired. People are forward. People are rude. People are very, very strange. And I'm not saying that, we should throw manners out of the window. But
I feel like we need to find a better way to start emails than
put your trust in God and put your hope in the government.
Because what I want to send out is like, hi, dear Kiniko, any type of day you're having, have it.
Have it.
Have it.
Have it.
All I want to discuss is this. Anything you are doing, have it. Or I want to sign out with, please reply me now. Don't waste my time. Full stop.
You can just say, hey, hello, Jola, today is a day. That is a factual.
Like, I don't want, don't say best regards. I'm not in your mood. I just have to send this email.
Thank you.
Fakemi, finish.
Thank you. So honestly and genuinely, I want her to stop being forward.
I think we should all get into the practice of changing your email intro and signing out.
This is why we have a podcast together.
Your true feelings is what you should write.
Hope, trust.
Or I want to sign out with, I don't want to reply, I'm just telling you.
Thank you.
I'm just telling you, Fakemi, bye-bye. You guys, I'm just telling you, finish. Don't send me and fucking acknowledge. Who cares? Don't.
Anyway.
I'm sorry, people are very rude. This is not a WhatsApp conversation. You reply my email with noted. You and who? You and who? When did that one start? You didn't even say, dear Fakemi, noted. No. Do you get? So I really think we have to just be frank and honest about our moods in the email landscape. That's just the truth. Or like if you're addressing multiple people, you, Jola, good morning. You, Debbie, don't talk to me anymore.
Thank you.
Finish. Or I've put this person in copy so that they can see the rubbish that you're doing in this email thread. I think that's what we should try out. I think if everyone, today is Monday, today is Monday, but it's coming out Wednesday. If everyone tries it on Wednesday, just email like with your heart. Do you know what I mean? With your true thoughts and feelings. Just, dear Kenny, in brackets, I can't believe you are my boss. End of brackets. You don't know what you're doing. Anyway, what I want to discuss today is the following. I think it's going to help all of us.
Yeah. Thank you guys for indulging us.
Lovely
I just wanted to be able to say that.
Lovely
this brings us...
we should do I think we should do this episode of like,
and people
not jealousy, but like awkward things. Awkward things based on the realities of like the different places that your friendships are in.
Yeah.
And you know, how it's doing you.
Yeah.
I think that's what we should do.
As usual.
Next up.
You know what to do. Like and subscribe and share.
All these
the hashtags
that are
all really important. Yeah.
La-di-da.
La-di-da. Fucking da.
Yep.
See you next week, guys.
Bye. Hello, boys and girls. I just want to remind you that this is not the full episode that you're watching on YouTube. These are the best bits. We're all having a great time. But you need to go and listen to the full episode wherever you find podcasts. Thanks so much. Love you. Bye.